Good morning, Belton High School. I'm Tanner Strife.
I'm Savannah Truitt.
And you're watching Cutlass TV News.
And it goes a little something like
Here's a story on Belton's participation on the recent National Walkout by Samantha LaValle.
Along with students from schools across the nation, over 200 Belton students participated in the National Walkout on Tuesday, March 14th. The march was held in support of stricter gun control in America after 17 students were killed in a shooting in Florida at Stoneman Douglas High School just a month prior. Two students who were at the march, junior Tashiera Nichols and senior Isaac Ives, share their differing views regarding the walkout.
Well, at 10 o'clock a.m., I walked outside with my fellow students, and before it started, I said a few words to commence the moment of silence and appreciate everyone that came out. I was so shocked at how many people came and supported the cause. I honestly didn't think so many people was going to be there. I thought it was going to be a handful of people, but there were so many people taking a stand, and it made my heart glow. I thought it was wonderful. We all took a stand, and not only us, but kids all over the country. It was amazing. This is really going to spark change, not only for stricter gun control, but also it's going to help us remember the ones lost in Florida.
The National Walkout that happened yesterday, I showed up and I had a sign that had my opinion on it. It said, Moan Leve, which means come and claim them. The ancient Greeks, they use that. I forgot his name. I read an article, I believe it was King Tiberius. He was in a battle against some Persians and they demanded their weapons. And Tiberius said, Moan Leve, come and claim them, I value my Second Amendment just as much as those people that were outside yesterday value their First Amendment right to go out and protest. And obviously I used my First Amendment right to go out there and counter protest, let my opinion be known. But I certainly do value both those amendments. That's why it's the First and the Second Amendment. They come right after each other. My overall opinion was I was actually quite proud to see my classmates getting involved in something like that, but I still think they went about it the wrong way.
I'm Samantha LaValle for Cutlass TV News.
Belton High School Choir recently competed in district competition. Here's more on the story by Daniel Higgins, Michael Landreth, and Isaac Peterson.
A large amount of students are taking their solos to districts for solo and ensembles. Sierra Rowland and Arthur Wright named their songs on the difficulty.
I am taking Say Tu Mami by Pergolesi, and that's an A rating song, which is the hardest. And then I am taking Sky Above the Roof, which is a C song, which is by Von Williams. Yeah, I am minoring in vocal performance, and I took Say Tu Mami to UCM, and I also took Evensong by Layman to UCM, and I got accepted into their program.
My songs are Where'er You Walk and If Dowdy Deeds My Lady Please. If Dowdy Deeds My Lady Please is the easier of the two songs. Where'er You Walk is difficult because I have to switch from a major key into the minor key after a very long break, and so to prepare for that I'm really just singing through it and making sure that I remember the jumps that I have to make between notes. I will probably, if some college accepts me for music, I will major in something like political science, but I will definitely probably minor in choir because I enjoy it.
Last week was the groundbreaking for Belton High School's new addition. Here's more on the progress by Mason Goffey, Chloe Murphy, Avery Hobson, Tanner Strife, and myself. Last Thursday, Belton High School broke ground on the new addition. Here's a behind-the-scenes look into the event.
The new additions that are going to start construction, we've got several. One of them is a rather large classroom wing, and primarily this is going to be for the freshman class as they come back over to this building. And it will have all of their classes. There will be science rooms, general classrooms in that area. And that's going to be located just south of the last classroom wing that was put on when the building converted over to the high school. In addition to that, just south of the Commons, there's going to be a new performing arts center. And so that will be the new theater here at this building. Full fly-loft stage, orchestra pit, back house areas for building scenery. It's going to be in that area. Of course, all the lighting. There's going to be catwalks up above so that we can have our spotlights up there. And full performing arts center. It's going to be a great addition to the building. In addition to that, then, on the west side of the building, we're going to have an aquatic center, 8-lane competition pool. In addition to the pool, it will have access by a ramp, so you will be able to have handicapped accessibility into the pool area. Seating for 250 people in there as far as spectators go, and seating for probably another 100 to 150 participants on the pool deck. Then there will be a lobby and then a new field house. And the field house will have 2 levels. There'll be the main court area, and adjacent to that are new locker rooms for team locker rooms. And then above the locker rooms, there will be additional seating and bleachers up there that will be retractable, so there'll be areas up there that can be utilized for other activities, plus a walking track or running track that would go around the entire gym.
The construction will really start on Monday. So fences will go up, job site trailer will arrive, and then we'll start moving dirt next week. So we'll really start changing on Monday. Right, so it will have an impact on how buses coming in and out of school, and how students are able to travel, and parents are even able to travel between parking lots on the streets with their cars. And so we'll have signage up. We'll also have doors will have to be shut off, some entrances will have to sort of, students and parents and staff will have to start using different doors maybe than what they're normally used to, so that we can safely guide everybody around the construction areas. About 16 months, and then we'll be done. So about June of 2019. So, you done?
Well, the major thing was to make sure that we could acquire the funding, and then to go out and walk the neighborhoods and talk to the community and get the buy-in. So the school board has a role. I don't know that I would say it was a major role, but we, I guess if you want to consider giving the community buy-in, that might be considered. That's what we did. Well, I think it's the right thing. In a few years ago, and I forget the year it was, but there was a few years ago, the vision was to have a complete high school, so that where everybody is here. And we just thought that having all of the amenities would help the students, and it's all about the students. There's no decision that the school board makes, at least that our school board makes, that's not about the students.
With Mason Goffey, Chloe Murphy, Avery Hobson, and Tanner Strife, I'm Savannah Truitt for Cutlass TV News. Last week, Belton DECA competed at state. Here's more on the competition by Kaylin Hill and myself. Belton DECA had their state competition last week. Several of the members share their thoughts on the event.
In the past 3 years, what I've really enjoyed is just connecting with the other members of DECA and really getting a close relationship and friendship with them. Just going on all the trips is really fun, and it's given me a lot of good experiences and a lot of life learning experiences. As a new DECA president, the biggest thing was just making sure everyone else was going to do good and getting them prepared and helping them out that way they could hopefully qualify for ICDC.
The event I did is called Professional Selling, and what you do is they send out a scenario of a sales presentation, and then you create the sales presentation and you present it, and you also take a 100-question test over marketing, and whoever does the best overall gets the top 8 get called up on stage, and they call it the top 4, and the top 4 get to go to internationals. And I placed third. The next step is internationals, of course, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia this year. And I'll go and compete. Usually there's 150 to 200 people in each category from 11 different countries and all 50 states. And then they call it the top 20, and then top 20 get placed.
So the event I competed in was the Creative Marketing Project. I did paper with Dakota Robinson and Tristan Whitman. Basically for the Creative Marketing Project, we had to take a creative turn on any sort of marketing event. So basically we brought in Generation Y to bring in more people into the holiday extravaganza that goes on in November. And yeah, we competed against a bunch of schools at state, and at districts we only competed against one, so it was a lot different. So for next year, I want to take the same paper back to competition, and I think presentation is what needs to be worked on the most. The paper, I improved a lot from districts to state, and I think that as long as the presentation is fixed, it can go a lot further.
With Kaylin Hill, I'm Savannah Truitt for Cutlass TV News. Spring sports have just begun. Here's more on the upcoming season by Andrew Clark.
This year's tennis and baseball teams have big expectations. Juniors Matt Constable and Cody Birch share their goals for this upcoming season.
This year I'm looking forward to playing with all my friends because most of them are soccer players, which I'm really familiar with. I'm on the tennis team just for the enjoyment and playing with all my friends.
Looking forward to our Arkansas baseball tournament that's coming up soon. My expectation is to finish first team all conference this year and for our team to do very well in districts. My favorite part is hitting, running the bases, and fielding.
For Jessica Larson, Robert Thomas, and Avery Hobson, I'm Andrew Clark for Cutlass TV News.
Thanks for watching Belton High School.
Remember to tune in next week.
And as always, Carpe Diem.